Hello, true believers. Shred-Eye Knights assemble. We are bringing this to you on this special Rocktober Friday. Hello to everybody on the interwebs. We are sitting here on the bridge of the Starship Shredalicious. Commander Cody is behind the wheel. We are cocked, locked, and ready to rock today. We're going to bring you a little blues slide in standard tuning in the key of E minor. We're also going to talk about some different choices for slides and weights and why I prefer one over the other. But before we get started, I want to talk to you about this boy right here. This is the Marshall JCM 2000 Triple Super Lead. This thing will peel paint. It'll move furniture. You don't even have to call two guys in a truck. It'll do it for you. So come by, plug into this thing. They'll actually let you crank it up for a few seconds in the store and unload all of the rock and blues, death, doom, and destruction upon everybody in the store. Come by and check it out. We appreciate y'all tuning into this. We appreciate y'all passing this stuff around the interwebs. Again, I hope this finds everybody healthy and happy and having the best day possible. Y'all say Shredalicious, and we'll be back to you soon with another Rocktober Spooktacular. Alright, my true believers and Shred-Eye Knights, we're taking a little bit of a left turn here on one of our Rocktober Spooktaculars, and what we're doing is we're paying a little homage to the blues and our southern roots here, and we're playing a little slide today. And these slides come in different materials and different weights and different thicknesses. Here I've got a ceramic slide. Here we've got some chromed brass. We've even got an ebony wooden slide. And here I've got a slide that's based off an old Coricidin bottle. Now, Coricidin cold tablets back in the day came in a glass bottle with like a stopper like this. And some of the very earliest slides were wine bottle necks, beer bottle necks, pieces of brass or metal pipe or tubing. But a lot of guys would empty out the cold tablets, toss the stopper, and here you got a slide. So, matter of fact, Dwayne Allman from over in Macon, he was famous for years for using a Coricidin medicine bottle slide. My personal preference is a thick, heavy-walled glass slide. They come in different sizes, so depending on your finger of preference, usually second, third, or fourth finger, you can find one to fit you. And different guys wear them on different fingers for different reasons. The great Sonny Landreth, he's famous for wearing his slide on his pinky because he has enough control. He can hold a stationary note with the slide and actually play with his fingers behind the slide. It's a really nice technique that you all should check out. For slide guys, I'd say check out Dwayne Allman, Elmore James, Warren Haynes, Derek Trucks, players like that. Those are some of my personal favorites. With slide, you don't want to just stop on a static note. It can sound a bit sour. There are a few microtones actually that fall between two frets. If you're fretting conventionally with finger on the string, the note itself is actually made where the string meets the fret. But playing slide's a bit like playing a giant fretless instrument. So we're gliding over the strings on the faces as opposed to pushing down. If I push down, you get that running down the fence with a stick kind of effect. We don't want to hear that. So if we're stopping on a static note, we'd like to apply some vibrato. And with the slide, that's a horizontal side to side motion. And you figure somewhere in there is the right note. So anytime you'll get the right note in there somewhere. I like the weight of a thick wall glass slide. It kind of helps with the vibrato if it's a little heavy on your hand as far as the throw-in motion. And also just from, of all things, a safety standpoint. For years, I just used a normal little thin wall slide. And one night I went to grab my slide, and during the set, I reached back, thought I'd be slick, just slide my finger up in the slide, and I ran my hand up in broken glass. So these are a little more durable. This is actually a resin, but it sounds close enough to glass and it's a lot more durable. So what I'm doing here in the lick is we're playing in standard tuning. So there's no open D or open G or learning new shapes. What I'm really doing is I'm envisioning my scale and chord patterns that are all my A forms where the root is on the 5th string. So if I think about borrowing an E major here, what I'm really looking at is that portion there, which is just really the movable part of an open A. And that lines up right over the chord itself. So this is a nice little way to not have to have anything set up in special tuning or carry around multiple guitars. There are some awesome things you can do in open tunings, and we'll probably cover those in a future episode of Lick of the Week. But right now, here's what's happening in the lick. I'm in the key of E minor, kind of E major, E dominant, that kind of not quite happy, not quite sad thing that happens over dominant chords in the blues. And I'm dragging this B flat. It might sound like I'm really dragging it from far away, but I'm just milking the amount of time that I pull the note up. And I'm making a little E chord here. And I'm catching that with a vibrato. And then I'm going to come out of that. And then here where you would normally, I'm dragging that over. So I'm dragging 8 here on the B string into this E note on the 9th fret of the G string. And then a lick I would normally do with my fingers. So I'm pulling 8 into that 9, hitting this note here on the D, reaching back and grabbing that D and pulling it back into the E. Then going back to the 8th fret of the B string, little lick I play all the time. It's literally 8, 10, 12 of the B string back to that E. And then I'm coming down to everybody's old favorite, the open E blues box, and I'm grabbing the 4, the A note, pulling it to the flat 5, the B flat, back to the A, and then to the open G string, almost like a pull off with the slide. And then dragging this D into the E. So same lick. Just repeated in 2 different positions of the neck. And then I'm grabbing this 3-note version of the D and pulling it back into the E. And that's our lick of the week. Stay shredalicious.